wrestling buddies want to be your buddy.
What's going on?
Hey, buddy. Buddy!
You got me mad now.
Hey everybody, it is Wrestling Compadres Slamcast Bullhorns. I am Scott Narver.
Scott Narver, he's Scott Narver. Curtain jerk compadres, always there to save the day. Scott Narver, he's Scott Narver.
Thank you to Rhythm and Blues for that music. Of course, that's Honky Tonk Man singing and Greg the Hammer Valentine playing the guitar. Dale Rutledge, out of town. I can only assume he's in Washington, D.C., standing in line to get tickets for capital punishment. Sadly, I think it's not going to go through. Chuck is in Houston, learning the definition of what an Astro is. He still doesn't know, but I'm sure he's about to find out. But I know in studio who
I
we
can't
got
do
right
it anymore.
here.
I was trying to do your thing where you don't talk, and I can't do it anymore. I was close. I was really close. You were about to intro me, weren't you?
I was.
Oh, okay.
It's good podcast etiquette.
Okay. Well, go ahead.
We've got a man who looks remarkably...
You keep telling me I look like several people.
I do. Well, it's what I hear.
Okay.
I mean, I can't see it.
Okay.
I think you look like Barack Obama, but, I mean, what do I know? He does. He fights what's right. He looks surprisingly and is just as funny as Marky Extreme on Your Mark Show, available on YouTube. Also, I know you are the man responsible for Wood and Steel Comedy on YouTube.
Yes.
There's great original songs and great sketches.
Mm-hmm.
Also, launching a crowdfunding campaign for a new horror movie. What better time now?
Horror movie.
Flower.
It's a weird...
Flower.
It's a Celtic word that people are having so much trouble with, but hey, that's okay. We're going to get people to get used to it.
It scares me.
Yeah.
And that's a good thing, because it's a horror movie.
Yeah.
Shane Hartline is
Hey,
here.
everybody! Hey, you know what? Like last night on Raw, the inmates are running the asylum.
Yeah, we are. Bullhorns.
Woo! I'm excited.
And I know Johnny LaQuasto is somewhere to be found. I think we got him on the phone. If not, he will be patching in soon. He's also in Texas looking for Mark Henry and trying to get his wig split.
Dad won't let...
Bullhorns, everybody! Bullhorns!
Dad won't let us be at home alone!
Yeah, he's got to call in and see how we're doing. How are you, Johnny?
I'm great. How are you guys? I'm actually not in Texas. I'm currently in the middle of Wisconsin on our way to Chicago.
Oh, so you're hanging out with Mr. Anderson, having mics drop on your head, and then you're going to go look for CM Punk.
I actually, that's exactly what we're doing. I actually just sent Anderson a sign. I drove by a sign of where he grew up, Two Rivers, Wisconsin. Sent him a picture, and he's like, "Thanks, dude. I have not seen that sign in a couple of years." You're welcome, sir.
Nice.
Oh, that's sweet.
How's your trip going?
It's going great, man. We shot in Green Bay yesterday and today, and we got some really fun stuff. We did some trick shots with a guy named Bodhi Smith, who's a pro frisbeer who became a trick shot artist. So we shot with him, and we went to a cheese place. I had a lot of cheese. Did you guys know there is such a thing as fudge cheese?
What?
Fudge cheese? I hope you're bringing enough back for the rest of the class.
I am keeping this refrigerated, and I'm keeping a close watch on it. I'm coming back Sunday, and I'm going to hand deliver you fudge cheese. It's the greatest thing I've ever had in my life.
This is also a nickname that I was given in middle school.
Oh, fudge cheese.
Oh, fudge cheese.
Johnny, you'll see me with hands cupped out like this if you're watching the show on
you'll
YouTube.
see me hiding in the corner, crying in a bathroom.
Quiet, fudge cheese.
Shut up, fudge cheese.
Shane and I were both fat kids. We can really...
Oh, God, I was the fattest.
We got to see proof of this.
Johnny, you were fat too?
Oh, bro, I was 165 pounds when I was 11 years old.
Me too. What was your highest?
Fudge and cheese.
Fudge and cheese. What was your highest weight?
My highest weight, I think I hit near 170 in 6th grade.
Oh, God, I don't want to say what I...
What was your highest weight?
290.
290?
In high school.
Oh, wow.
Mm-hmm.
We got to get photos.
In high school?
In high school.
wow, you were a grown-ass man as a little boy.
Yeah.
There's a couple grown-ass men.
Old fudge cheese was just melting everywhere. Okay, back to wrestling.
We're getting a combined 500 pounds of fudge cheeses.
Fudge and cheese!
The kryptonite is diabetes.
Oh, Lord.
Johnny, have you gotten to watch any wrestling while doing this big tour that you're doing?
Oh, of course. You know I always make time and I have no life, so of course I've been watching. And my two questions for the week, my one question I have over two topics is why? And the question I have, number one, in WWE is why did they advertise that Lana and Rusev got engaged in real life? And my question for TNA is why did they put the title on Matt Hardy when they didn't have footage of him as a champion?
Oh, I would say my question for TNA is what?
Yeah.
It's all very confusing over in TNA right now. I love TNA, but I am confused. It's like a Rubik's Cube over there.
Do you think with the first
it really is.
With the first thing that you mentioned, do you think we've entered a point in wrestling and entertainment that if something like that does happen, they can't really ignore it?
I still think you can. I understand the whole, what is kayfabe anymore. But yeah, TMZ reported, but at the same time, maybe this is all part of their plan because they had Summer come out and slap Rusev and all. But I still don't get it. Like, Lana's out, so what is the deal now? And then Rusev just gets walloped by Ryback. Rusev has barely lost in 2 years, and he just gets walloped by Ryback in 3 minutes.
You know, Johnny, you can't explain love. You just can't.
That's true. As long as he's happy, that's all that matters.
I mean, it's weird to acknowledge that they're engaged, if you want to go that route of the storyline, but to acknowledge they've been engaged for a month, so Rusev's been double dipping. And Lana's cool with this? Like, what is this all about?
I mean, it kind of works for Rusev, like, just the foreign dude that's like, yeah, I have multiple women.
Yeah, if he gets multiple wives going, then that's something.
That's new, fresh thing.
Are you start coming to the ring dressed as a pimp in like a tracksuit?
The Russian Godfather.
Yeah, the Bulg father. I don't know. We're workshopping this.
Yeah,
it's very strange, but that's not as strange as TNA and everything that's going on over there. This world title series is massively confusing.
Yeah, I hadn't seen any of this, and Scott was like, "Oh, okay,
we're gonna have to
talk about it."
Did you get to see any of the world title series there, Johnny?
No, I did, and you know what's funny? Last week, what did we do? We did nothing but sing the praises of how great Bound for Glory was and how we really enjoyed it. And I couldn't, and you even said yourself, your exact words were, okay, I need to tune in now. And so what do? We tune in this Wednesday, only to see Matt Hardy give up the title in the first 5 minutes of the show. I thought it was a joke, and it really disappointed me. Like, why take the title off EC3 if you don't have a plan for the title with Matt Hardy? I don't get it.
What was his reasoning?
He said that EC3 filed an injunction. The injunction. Basically, he's offering threatening lawsuits or something to where Matt Hardy is not allowed to compete as the champion for a full month. And so Matt says it's not fair to the fans, so therefore I'm going to drop the title so that they can figure it out. So therefore, they're going to do I sound like Jack Tunney. Therefore, they're going to do a world title series that would probably last a month anyway.
To find the real champion, Johnny, not the champion that was previously there, not the also number one contender in Drew Galloway, not the other number one contender in the Bound for Gold match, Tyrus, and not the champion that was crowned, Matt Hardy. We're going to find the real champion out of 32 competitors, including men and women.
But did Matt Hardy win it all clean? Like, did he win it?
No, it was controversy because Jeff Hardy got involved.
Okay.
So it is a mess. It is a mess for what is.
That's a case of a babyface referee cheating and hitting the heel with the chair, and then his brother winning. If I had the damn soundbite I would hit it right now. I don't know.
And it's at their WrestleMania. That's the crazy part too. Is like this is the night after their WrestleMania and all the stuff that goes down, and all for naught. Like, I can get there being some controversy or between two guys or something. Drew Galloway's pissed or something like that, but now the entire roster's involved. Basically, the entire roster. It's 32 competitors now vying for a chance to be the world champion. And then even on the show, out of the 16 that we see, a couple of them are treated like a joke. The match between Rockstar Spud and Grado is on commentary. They're having an exceptionally funny match. They're doing other famous finishers, like they're doing People's Elbow. Grado's doing and running too long, and he wins himself. And they're doing all kinds of funny stuff. And the commentators treat it like, all right, this is a joke. Hurry it up. This needs to end. These are your potential champions. I don't get it. And each time they keep cutting back to a studio where they're showing graphs and charts and points. And if I was a math major, I wouldn't be watching wrestling. I wouldn't be getting paid for the math.
Yeah, it's extremely confusing. Not the best green screen work in the world either, but it's just it's just a shame because last week, we're champions at TNA. Like, we want everyone to succeed. Like we're positive. We want everyone to do well. And just after last week, I was excited. I'm like, man, this is going to be cool to see where it goes. I know they don't necessarily have a TV deal lined up, but I'd like to think there's a plan now. And then you tune in this past Wednesday, and you're like, what is going... And you're right, the point system is almost as confusing as the King of the Mountain match, which I still haven't figured out.
I think Billy Corgan, once bringing us Smashing Pumpkins, is now smashing wrestling logic. I think that's fair to say. The World Title Series standings, just in case you gentlemen need to be aware of who's where right now.
Yes, please.
Drew Galloway, 3 points. Brooke, 3 points.
Brooke Hogan?
Not Brooke Hogan. Formerly Miss Tessmacher.
Oh, okay.
Rockstar Spud, 3 points. Awesome Kong, 3 points. Lashley, 3 points. EC3, 1 point. And Austin Aries, who's back, that they said they would explain what was going on, and they didn't. 1 point.
And women are in this.
Yes, women are in this. Awesome Kong and Brooke have more points than the former champion.
I like that.
And who's undefeated. EC3.
I like that.
Speaking of Brooke Hogan, she would have made a good manager for the Fudge Cheeses.
Yeah.
Should have kept your guys' weight down. I think...
I don't even know what that means.
She would have ate more fudge cheese than you guys.
Oh, okay.
I don't know why I took a shot at Brooke Hogan. That was totally unfair to me. She's fine. It's a crazy thing that TNA is doing. It's so crazy.
It feels like something messed up, and they're trying to fix something, or I don't know.
They're taking a huge gamble, but I don't know how this is ultimately going to really pay off. I really don't.
No, none of us do. But yeah, we're getting closer to Hell in a Cell though as well. So there's some exciting stuff happening there. I think. What do you guys think?
Oh yeah. I mean, Rusev's in Cage. This is the first time we could have a wedding in a cell.
Oh, that'd be amazing.
Heaven in a Cell. It could be like that SummerSlam with Macho Man, where it was, what was it, Heaven and Hell? Was the SummerSlam 91?
I don't know.
I want to say it was the marriage between Macho Man, but then what was the hell part? It must have been Hogan and something. Hogan and
yeah,
Zeus.
match made in heaven, match made in hell, and then Macho Man and Hogan they went toe to toe.
So see, it should be the Hell and Love in a Cell. We should have the wedding.
Amazing.
We should have the wedding.
I think that should follow Undertaker. I think.
Who's Cena facing at Hell in a Cell?
I would guess Dolph Ziggler at this point, but it's not.
They haven't set a match yet?
They haven't set a match yet.
Because that match was amazing last night.
It really
and
was.
I thought that Ziggler was going to take it.
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, this would make sense. This would be interesting. Not that, I like Cena's open title challenge, but yeah, I thought for a second Ziggler was going to take it.
Kofi still hasn't challenged for it amongst New Day, so that's a possibility as well.
Yeah, that's true.
I don't know. Johnny, your thoughts?
And on the bright side of that whole Rusev Love triangle thing, on the bright side of this whole thing happening is it finally takes Dolph Ziggler out of it. So that's a bonus. So maybe we will see him versus Cena at Hell in a Cell, which would be incredible. I mean, now Rusev just has to deal with one scorned woman and one woman with a broken wrist. So
yeah.
I don't know.
Real great for Dolph Ziggler, a guy who now doesn't have any woman interested in him. The guy that's really going to be
Total divas, though.
back on Tinder. I wore this shirt today, Johnny. I know you can't see it, but you can see it if you watch
It's the
on
best
YouTube.
shirt I've ever seen.
This is in honor of Shane, who's a fan of all things Sting except for maybe his hairline. Mm-hmm. But I'm wearing a hybrid Sting Punisher shirt. Could Sting ever wrestle for the U.S. Open Challenge, you think, against John Cena?
I hope so.
God, I hope so. Did you guys see his teaser for his DVD after on the network?
I couldn't hear the audio on it, but
What do you mean?
I was watching it, and then somebody muted it, and I'm like, oh, I want to watch this. I want to watch this.
Really?
And they didn't unmute
It
it.
was so good.
Yeah?
So good.
Are you getting it?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm getting 2 copies. No, I'm kidding. Yeah, I'm getting it. It was really cool. It was cool because they took you with Sting the first day he visited WWE headquarters.
Oh.
Yeah, through everything. It was really cool.
Having to get past the secretary in the lobby?
No, I'm Sting. I swear, I'm Sting.
Well, I've seen him with face paint on, and
Yeah,
I
I put
don't...
on face paint at the shows.
You're just wearing sunglasses, and you do have that weird little thing.
What's that thing on your chin?
That's gross. Is that pudding?
No, it was cool, and I think it's going to be a good DVD.
Well, I think Shane's going to get many copies. I think Shane's going to have one for his living room.
Okay, Johnny.
One for his car.
Okay, Johnny.
One for the shower. Okay, got
I
it.
might get 2 or 3.
You get DVD and Blu-ray?
Yeah, and watch both of them because they're in different qualities.
Ooh, different bonus features. What could they... Is there anything that they could package of Sting that you wouldn't buy?
A Sting toothbrush.
Really?
I don't want Sting in my mouth. I don't want him everywhere else in my life, just not in my mouth.
Mm-hmm. So a Sting hemorrhoid pillow.
Sting deodorant's fair game.
Yeah. That
Yeah.
makes more sense than what I
That makes a lot more sense.
than what I said.
Hemorrhoid pillow. Yeah, because I got that. That exists.
It's showtime. Ow! Ow! Ow!
It's go time.
Johnny,
I love it.
what else?
Gentlemen, I'm going to let you guys go because I know you got to get Sinn Bodhi on the line and finish out the show. But I just wanted to just to say hello to everyone and thank you guys for doing it. I know Chuck is in Houston, Dale is in France, and I'm in the middle of the country. So I mean, thank God for you two, and I know it's going to be a really fun rest of the show. T-shirts are super close to being done. The designs are ready. We're about to have an official thing set up. So hopefully by next week we'll be able to make the announcement. Otherwise, if you can, just keep looking out for the Whistle Sports episode. Follow at Whistle Sports on Twitter and Instagram, and we're going to be dropping stuff throughout the rest of this week. Otherwise, party on, guys.
Hey, Dad, can we drink the beers in your fridge?
Hey, Dad, do you think...
You can take all the beers you want, man. Yeah.
Thank you, Johnny. I hope all goes well for the rest of your trip, and I hope you overeat
Thank you.
to reunite
That
Fudge
was the
Cheeks.
worst Stone Cold impression I've ever done, and probably the worst one in history. But I will bring back Fudge Cheese for everybody.
Yeah.
Awesome, Johnny. Thanks for calling in.
All right.
Cut him off mid-sentence.
Yeah,
That's
you're
how
done.
we like it.
Yeah, that's how B Team rolls.
Yep.
Team Bullhorns.
We're the B team.
Yeah. Soon, Johnny didn't mention, soon there'll be B Team shirts available
Oh,
at
guys.
Compadres Slamcast.
Hashtag B team.
Yeah. Okay. So, Hell in a Cell. Are you going?
I'm flying out that day. That's like the day of my birthday.
Oh,
and
you shouldn't. It's right here. Like, you shouldn't fly out.
I
only
thought
to
it
then
was in.
swing back around.
I thought it was in. Chuck told me he was in Texas. I asked Chuck. I'm like, "Where's that Texas?"
Hey, he
I didn't even
thinks
tell you the
everything's in
rest. Texas.
Everything's in Texas.
Oh my
according to
God!
Chuck.
I've already booked the ticket. I'm going to Texas.
That's your birthday?
So it's happening here.
Yeah, in Los Angeles.
Awesome.
But you're flying out. You're leaving. You're going to Florida?
Going to Florida for my birthday. Looking forward
Nice.
to it. But I think I'll be able to watch it on my cell phone because the network's on your cell phone.
That's
Did
right.
You know that? Mm-hmm. So yeah, I'm gonna watch it on the old cell phone. I'm looking forward to it. I think it's gonna be a good show. I am very excited, and I think I mentioned this the last time I was here that they're finishing this Brock Lesnar Taker thing here. I didn't want to see it at WrestleMania again this year.
I agree. I didn't want to see it there either. I'm glad that it's wrapping up so that way it's wide open for anything else for both guys.
How intense do you think that Hell in a Cell match will be? Like, in the first place, I wish they wouldn't have paired these two together because Taker, I don't know. I feel like he's gonna break every time I'm watching this.
Do you feel the same way with Sting, that he's gonna break every time?
Well, everybody they've paired Sting with, I'm like, I know these guys are taking care of him. Lesnar and Sting, I'd be. Can I cuss?
Only you can.
I would be shitting myself because
on a plane. Oh no. Oh no.
But like the pairing is just, man, I don't know. It's uncomfortable to me. I think that's
he's
what
a brutal guy.
Yeah.
Brock Lesnar's a force.
Put him in with young guys. Like even like the Triple H thing was like cool because I'm like, Triple H can handle himself and he's not going to let himself look bad.
Right.
Like putting Taker with Lesnar in the first place was just uncomfortable to me. So I'm really glad that it's finishing here, I think.
I'm glad they're not acknowledging the first Hell in the Cell match that they had back in, I think, 2002, somewhere I think. Because that set the bar for their matches. And it's brutal, it's bloody, it's violent, and it's great. But that's not going to be the same Hell in the Cell match. I think their matches are exceptional. I just don't know what they're going to do. But clearly, those guys wouldn't be working together if they didn't have a plan in place.
Now, I got a question for you.
Thanks.
How often are you let down by Hell in a Cell matches?
Oh, in more recent memory, because there's no blood?
That, and not that I need a guy to fly off the top of it, but you set the bar so high with Mick Foley.
Right.
9 out of 10 times, they don't even make their way to the top, and when they do, there's not that much that can happen up there.
Was it Dean and... was it Seth?
Dean and Seth had a great one, I think.
Because they did a little bit of...
They just went crazy.
On the outside, they fell. Yeah, and it wasn't too crazy.
It wasn't too crazy.
It was a dash
but it was
crazy.
different. There's been a lot of Hell in a Cells in my recent memory have just been matches inside of it, basically.
Yeah. If you're not going to do anything with the cell...
Don't do a Hell in a Cell match.
And it's really tough. I mean, I get they can sell a pay-per-view with that moniker,
sure,
with that gimmick, but ultimately... when it was also said back in the day that there was a feud so big that someone would do what Roman Reigns did on SmackDown a couple weeks ago, where it's that they stare at him and there's just a hell and a cell and the crowd goes crazy, but we know what's coming. So a couple people have to just have matches in it.
Yeah, it's, I guess, would you say it's the grand finale of like a big feud like this? Like, is this what, like...
It's no longer a cage match. Hell in a Cell has surpassed it. So yeah, I think it's far beyond that.
Yeah, I've been let down a couple times. I know this one's going to be intense. Like, and what's the other Hell in a Cell we're getting?
Roman Reigns and Bray Wyatt.
I think that one will be better.
I think that one's going to be more innovative, for sure. So I don't know if it'll be better, but I think those guys are going to go all out and try and steal the show. So...
Definitely.
I think it's going to be really, really cool. I know WrestleMania travel packages went on sale today.
Ooh.
So I know some people over in the UK that they got theirs all snatched up.
You going this year?
I am, no doubt.
Yeah, me too.
I was born in Dallas, and so I haven't been there ever since I moved away. Yeah.
Nice.
So I've been wanting to get back really, really bad, and this, I'll be one seat in the 100,000 seats that'll maybe be sold or maybe not. Are you
they're going to hit 100,000.
You think so?
I definitely think so.
Well, here's my question to you.
Okay.
What is the dream match that you want to see that's realistic? So, you can't pull someone that's gone, or, maybe a Shawn Michaels is possible. Like, maybe they pull someone out of retirement. I know everybody talks about Stone Cold Brock Lesnar.
I think that would be the top of my list.
See, my match, and I'll give you some time to think about it while I say this
one.
My match that I would really want to see, because Stone Cold CM Punk is very unlikely to happen. I'd love it. But I want to see Stone Cold Steve Austin versus Kevin Owens. That would be the match that is...
Explain that. Well, I don't like it.
Right.
I want to know what your thought process is.
My thought process is Brock Lesnar, much like with The Undertaker, too brutal. I don't want Stone Cold to be injured going out of that match.
Yeah, good point.
But Stone Cold Steve Austin, major trash talker. Kevin Owens, major trash talker. And Kevin Owens and Cena were great. Cena, I think, helped raise Owens more up to that level of trash talking somebody with a big name. I think Stone Cold Steve Austin would do the same. I think it would be a great opportunity for Owens to work with a guy like that, the character of a prize fighter, a guy that fights for his meals, to go up against a working man. if you get the two sides going across each other, that he's from Montreal and Stone Cold's from Texas, they're gonna hate him. Like 100,000 people just booing Kevin Owens. There'll be a very small
talk about
pocket of
establishing Kevin Owens for forever after that.
It's kind of the like going back to Bret Hart and Stone Cold, that it'll establish a hated guy, because 100,000 people in Texas will not be cheering for Kevin Owens. There'll be like 7, and everybody else will be so happy that Stone Cold's there. I think that would be a really, really awesome match.
You sold me. I think that's a really good point. I was gonna say Steve Austin, Brock Lesnar, but you made a good point about him. It might be too much for Stone Cold. Yeah, I like that. You would probably think I'd say Sting Taker. I do want to see that match. Survivor Series is, I think, the best place to do it. It makes the most sense. Who would I like to see Sting face at WrestleMania? Maybe John Cena.
Yeah.
I think it's a match John Cena would want more than Taker, because they've spoke about Taker, John Cena, but we've seen that match.
Yeah,
we've seen it. We don't need it at WrestleMania. I think it's a match that Cena would want.
Sure.
Yeah, Sting Cena. I think that's what I'd like to see.
That would be the one that puts your butt in that seat.
Yeah. Well, I'm going. You're
going? Mm-hmm. Should we carpool?
I'm flying. I think I got a flight already.
You're flying?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, I think that's my birthday present from my girlfriend. So.
Well, that's not the only show that you and I have traveled to go see together. We have traveled also to go see Sinn Bodhi's Freak Wrestling show.
Long distances.
And if you guys don't know about the show, we're going to be talking with Sinn right now. We're going to get him on the phone. Sinn Bodhi, formerly Kazarni in the WWE. If that's all you know him from, you don't know him well enough, because this guy is incredible. He's a great wrestler, and beyond that, his mind is brilliant. He's been on this show before, sitting in with the guys, and I absolutely love what he does with Freak Show Wrestling.
Not only is he a great wrestler, he's an amazing producer. Producing this content that is Freak Show Wrestling is insane.
There is nothing else like it. I don't think there will ever be anything else like it, and it's a hell of a show. We talk about Mania, like, oh, you got to go to Mania, it's huge. You got to go see this show when it's in town. It's oftentimes in Los Angeles and Vegas, whether or not they're going to be stretched out more from that, but I know he's got a show coming up soon.
He has 3 shows coming up this weekend.
3 shows?
3 shows.
Man's working
and we're not exaggerating when you say there can't miss events.
Yeah.
Can't miss.
Yeah, can't miss. One of my favorite characters at those shows, Luscious Lonnie Love.
That's funny. I get told I look like him.
Really? I don't see it.
Me neither.
He's got long blonde hair.
He doesn't. This is kind of unattractive to me.
Kind of an ass, too.
Yeah, big old wiener. I was going to say the D word, but I don't know what I'm cleared for.
You're cleared for everything.
Okay, cool.
So, do we have Sinn on the line? Is he there?
Howdy-ho.
Hello!
How you guys doing?
Doing good. How are you, man?
I'm very good, thank you. Juggling 5 million different things. I'd rather be juggling fire. That's how many things I'm juggling today and tomorrow and the next day leading into this weekend of chaos.
Well, your shows are always chaos in the best possible ways.
It's a lot of fun.
Yeah, we've got a flyer up for the show coming up on Friday, October 16th, and the headline alone has got me sold. Boogeyman versus Gangrel. Boogeyman is one of my favorite things of all time. And that's just great. And then I also see Serial Man is there, who I saw when I went to the show in Vegas. I love Serial Man. Andrea the Giant, she's fantastic. We see Shelly Martinez is there. Disco Inferno, Sinn Bodhi, yourself is there. What, for someone who hasn't seen this show, someone who hasn't seen Freak Show Wrestling, what's the best way to put it? We try and say it's like nothing you've ever seen before, but what do you say to people who've never seen it?
Apparently he says the call got dropped, so let's go ahead and recall him.
Oh, okay. That's how.
Do you just want to pick back up where he's like that?
Oh, we're going. We're still.
Oh, we're going right now.
I think so. Right?
I think they'll cut.
Hey, I guess I lost you guys.
That's all right. That's all right. Do you want to ask me again? Maybe.
Did you hear the question I had asked?
I did not hear you. The question you asked.
Well, we talked about Freak Show Wrestling and saying that you got to see it. It's unlike anything you've ever seen before. But what do you tell people when they have not seen your show before? How do you sell people on this show?
Yeah, I mean, it's a crazy smorgasbord of wrestling, comedy, variety, magic, sideshow, burlesque, circus, music, it's just crazy. It's carnage. I guess an easy way to describe it is if the Muppet Show had sex with SmackDown, then out would come Freak Show Wrestling.
I love it.
Yeah.
That is a great way of putting it.
How does that work for you?
That's it.
It works. I mean, I've seen the show. I love it. That does sum it up very well. And you pull from all different facets of entertainment. Like you said, you pull from magic and burlesque, and with wrestling shows, you typically get wrestling, and that's about it. You don't get to see a lot of these other talents. The show I went to, Amazing Jonathan was there, which was
right. Yeah, it's a barrage of different flavors. I mean, I don't want to go to the circus. I don't want to see a whole bunch of bears or trapeze artists or whatever. I want to see the gambit. I want to see everything. I want to see guys flipping and flopping on motorcycles. I want to see high flyers. I want to see midgets. I want to see clowns. I want to see elephants. I want to take you on a roller coaster. That's what Freak Show Wrestling is.
What motivated you to finally do this? I've always wanted to ask you that. Like, what was it?
Well, I mean, I've always, since I was an itty-bitty little circus runaway, had my head buried into a comic book or watching, Saturday morning WWF. So I just grew up, fantasizing about superheroes and supervillains, and just, I loved stories. I'm just a big advocate of telling stories. And, growing up and daring to live my dreams and hitting the road, being a pro wrestler, I've just seen so many weird and wonderful things across this planet. It just let my mind go crazy with all the possibilities of fun. And a Freak Show is just sort of, letting people into my brain and just seeing a bit of that journey. And it's also, in a bit of a anarchistic sense, me doing all the stuff I was never allowed at WWE or TNA or Jim Rose Circus or anything, like things that were deemed too crazy or too, playful or whatever, whatever the situation was. And so here, like, all gloves are off, the bets are in, and it's time to be, crazy.
Yeah, it's so hard to just sum it up for people that have never seen it. It is that passing on, like, you just gotta go.
Yeah.
The show I went to in Vegas, I walked away. Serial Man was a lot of fun, but one of my favorite acts of the show, without question, was Adolf Hitler. Adolf Hitler totally blew my mind. I had heard the name and I went, "Oh, that's funny."
Yeah.
And then seeing not just that name on paper, the performer
commits so hard
and does an exceptional job.
Don't ever use that word in front of him. Don't ever use that word in front of him.
Or perform
hard.
Hard. Yeah.
And I think that's a credit to you, Sinn, is when these ideas, whether it's the performer, whether it's yours, whether they're shared, you give them that outlet at the show to just go full force, 100%, and bring all their ideas to it, and it's not stifled in any way. You get to see them throw everything against the wall, and it hits. It's great.
Well, there's different levels of, contribution on these shows. Like, some guys come on totally as themselves, like Boogeyman or Gangrel. Or Funny Bone is a great talent. He's a champion, and I didn't tell him to dress up like a skeleton and do all these different things. He just, was creative enough to bring that to the table, and he was my guy from the get-go. He was the guy that I saw something in and wanted to groom to be, the guy that represents my company, and then there's all sorts of other different guys. Like Techno Destructor was also the same way. He's one of the OGs of Guar, for people that don't know who the scumdog of the universe Techno Destructor is. And then there's other performers, like our friend Adolf Hitler, which was a character that I wrote a long time ago, and just sort of in my journey was just always searching for somebody who had the biz-alls to pull it off. And I found this guy Triz, who's a really funny dude, nice guy. He's a pro wrestler, but he sort of, his forte was comedy, but he knew his way around the ring. And when I told him about this character, he just went in face first, or square mustache first, and he owned it. I wrote a lot of those bits, but he brought that to life in a way that I don't think any other wrestler. Like, if I said, "Hey, Trevor Murdoch, hey, Shad Gaspar, hey, whoever, bring life to this character," like, it's not going to happen. It takes a certain kind of comedic timing lunatic to pull off a playful character like this.
Yeah, and like you said, he nails it. He's fantastic. And yes, Techno Destructo, I remember seeing him. It was him versus Serial Man. It is these weird mashups of things that you're never going to see at a show, anything like this. But I know you're big on releasing photos from the show. Is there any chance of any DVDs or anything coming online for people to start watching more footage available to them at home?
My answer is a big fat yes.
Okay.
We are working on editing a ton of footage, but it's just a timely process, and I'm just sort of stretched thin between all these different shows. And but it will get done, and it will get done ASAP. Like, we have some really awesome stuff, and I don't want to let the cat out of the bag, but it won't just be, like a couple angled sports entertainment style of matches. Like, there will be such extra weird stuff thrown in there, thrown on top of it. It'll be a show all to its own. So I want to really do that right and give the fans something they have never seen before. So if you guys bear with, some really cool freak show footage is on its way.
I'm sure you've got thousands of goals from seeing how you put together shows. What is the next major goal that you want to happen for Freak Show Wrestling?
Well, we are currently working on some TV stuff. And so cross your fingers on that. That might just be on your boob tube when you wake up and see, clowns fighting chickens, fighting bananas, fighting monkeys, fighting devils, fighting gods, if I have it my way. And then also, too, but my big one-off event that I would like to get underway is we're going to do a big, giant sort of a freak show wrestling extravaganza show, WrestleMania weekend in Dallas, Texas.
That'd be really cool.
Speaking of events, you have 3 kick-ass events happening this weekend.
I sure do. Friday night in Las Vegas at the Las Vegas Country Saloon. That's going to be just nuts. And I have some sweet-ass surprises for that show. I really have some crazy surprises for all 3 shows, so I don't want to sound like I'm favoring any one show. They all have 3 different crazy things going on. The constant being Boogeyman and Gangrel, which is awesome. I mean, 2 of my good pals, and it's going to be awesome. We're going to have Austin Judas from Big Brother 17 on the show on Friday night. We are going to have Disco Inferno, former WCW star Disco Inferno, on the show. And both of these guys, just like everybody else, will be put in such bizarre situations that they will not ever know what to deal with it. But Austin Judas will be in a... Well, actually, I don't even want to... I'm not even going to, screw that. I'm not going to let you guys know. You guys just need to show up.
You gotta be there.
Nonsense. You got to be there. Disco Inferno, I guarantee you, will have never been in a match like this. When I called him... And I remember his last words to me were, "Oh, geez."
If you could predict...
So this from a guy that doesn't mind jumping around like John Travolta. So, when he's "oh, geezing," you got a problem.
What do you think his words will be once the show is over and he comes up to you? What will those words be, you predict, right now?
I think, just like all the guys that come on, like, I've got a lot of buddies that are, WWE stars and former WWE stars and all that, and some of them come on just ready to rock, like they're as crazy as I am. And then some of them come on, they're almost guilted out of friendship, and they're like, I'll do this because we're good buddies, so there you have it. And then after the fact, they're like, holy crap, this was the funnest thing. I want to totally come back. This was awesome. So I think Disco will, whatever category Disco falls in, he will be walking away with a smile, I'm sure.
That's awesome.
And there's 2 more events after this one on Friday. What else is happening this weekend?
Yep, so we got Saturday night in East LA. That is going to be our sort of more hardcore night. That's going to be a little bit more a nitty-gritty kind of a show, and the main event will be, again, I hate using this name, but just for wrestling purposes and WWE Universe purposes, you're going to have the weirdest guy in WWE history versus the creepiest guy in WWE history versus the scariest guy in WWE history. It will not be happening at WWE. You're welcome for all the free plugs, WWE, Triple H, and all that, but it will be happening at Freak Show Wrestling. Kizani versus Boogeyman versus Gangrel.
That is awesome.
That's so cool.
Halloween's
So
coming early.
love or hate the whole Kazani thing that I was sort of, relinquished to do. I mean, I'll be me. Like, it will be Sinn Bodhi with a sprinkle of Kazani just for old time's sake. But you're basically, long story short, you're getting the three weirdest dudes in WWE history in a freak show wrestling ring in Los Angeles.
And hey, if they hate Kazarni, go boo them. Go pay for a ticket and boo you.
There you have it. I'm happy for people to yay or boo. I just want people to have fun and just shut their lungs out into the universe. That's what I want.
Mm-hmm. The quick
And then
question.
some extra surprises I've got for that show is I've got Joey Ryan on the show, and he is also going to be in something just crazy and over the top and ridiculous. I've got a ton of guys on there. And a big constant that I've got for all 3 nights is I've got my good buddies coming down from NorCal. Some of my Hood Slam pals. I've got the Stoner Brothers and the almighty Sheik Khan Abadi coming in. And a few other guests that I won't say. Again, you're just going to show up and see what happens. But it will be awesome.
Quick question: Is that loudmouth jackass Luscious Lonnie Love going to show up to any of these shows?
Luscious Lonnie Love is definitely going to be on those shows, and even more so than Disco Inferno, I can hardly wait to put him through the torturous, rigorous Saturday and Sunday that will be Freak Show Wrestling. I mean, that guy just deserves to get worms down his gizzard, gets to,
I just got a tweet. Looks like he just got injured.
What?
Luscious Lonnie Love.
Hey, you got to work hurt, man. That guy's got to show up.
He broke all his legs.
You can't cop out like that. That guy needs his comeuppance is what he needs.
What Lonnie Love needs to worry about is who's on the end of this sentence when you say you're getting the worms put in your mouth. Is it from the boogeyman or is it from Adolf Hitler? Either way, I don't know. These are 2 very different things. Not good.
Luscious Lonnie Love broke both his legs, man. He's in the hospital for 2 months.
Well, I'm sure
sad.
I'm sure there's an abundance of wheelchairs that he can get out there. I mean, that's going to be hard to wear away from those worms.
That was in the tweet, too. No wheelchairs around.
Oh, what a shame.
There's locks.
I have not been above booking wheelchair jousting, so Lonnie Love will have no choice but to endure.
Quickly, before you leave, too, you have a event on Sunday?
Yes, I do. It is in Hemet, California at the Wheelhouse. It's going to be an afternoon show, so we want to make that's going to be a little bit more of the playful show, the more family-friendly show, but there will still be some crazy shenanigans on there. And the main event will be a mixed tag with Boogeyman and local hardcore queen, Pumpkin Queen Sage Supreme versus Gangrel and the sexy vampiress Shelly Martinez.
Nice.
Awesome. These shows are amazing. I am in awe of your brain and your willpower and your fortitude to go forth and make these happen on a regular basis, which is awesome. Halloween's come early with your shows, Freak Show Wrestling. Sinn, where can people find direct information for these shows? Facebook, Twitter, you name it. Go.
Yep, if you are on to Facebook.com/Freak Show Wrestling Official or on Twitter at Sinn's Freak Show. And Sinn has got 2 N's in it. But you can find it everywhere. If you just Google Freak Show Wrestling Official, you'll find it. It's all over the place. We are saturating planet Earth with Freak Show Wrestling in the attempt to make everybody enjoy themselves this following weekend.
Awesome. Haunted hay rides, the Universal Studios, all that, put to shame. Freak Show Wrestling. Go have an amazing time. Sinn, I hope the shows go amazing, and thanks for joining us today.
Thank you very much.
All right. Take care, buddy. Man, Luscious Lonnie Love is going to get it.
It doesn't sound like it. It sounds like he's in the hospital and he's not going to be able to attend the shows anymore. That's great. Let's move on.
You're probably reading dirt sheets. Sinn's telling us the truth.
No, Dean Malenko told me this info.
Did he?
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Straight from Dean Malenko.
Oh, man.
So yeah, we're getting close to the end here.
We're good. We got a little bit more time here. What? Did you have something that you wanted to bring up?
No, just I was gonna go check on Luscious Lonnie Love.
No, he's fine.
Are you sure?
Yeah, he's fine.
Okay. Okay, we can talk wrestling all day long. I was just gonna head out of the state and far away from these freak show wrestling events.
No, you should. You should be going to these shows.
I'm Luscious Lonnie Love.
No, you wish you were.
I do.
You're a redhead.
I don't want to talk about it.
He's a blonde-haired guy. TNA.
Mm-hmm.
This world title series, there's 15 other competitors that you have yet to be mentioned. They've only mentioned that Matt Hardy's in it. and the next bracket of people. What are your thoughts? I think it's interesting, but at the same time, it's underplayed. The element of having men and women being able to compete for the world title.
Well, I don't keep up with TNA wrestling.
Sure.
So when you were trying to explain everything that's been happening earlier, I came into listening to what you're explaining with an open mind, and I was confused. But what did intrigue me about everything you were telling me is they were letting women fight for the title. Now, are intergender matches just happening all the time now, or is this specifically for this?
I guess what will happen is the way that they've set it up is there are 4 people are in a bracket. So they categorize each of these brackets. So there is for instance, there's a group UK with all of UK wrestlers. So that's 4 guys.
Okay.
And there's a group of, I want to say it was group knockout.
Okay.
So there's 4 ladies. Whether there'll be another group of ladies, I don't know, but they'll eventually get knocked down out of their bracket into then other brackets. So at some point, intergender matches will have to take place. But right now, it's just the women fighting amongst themselves. But that's what I feel like. Since this was so quickly done, I think there should have been a lot of emphasis on saying, hey, one of our knockouts could very well be the World Heavyweight Champion.
I'm putting all my money right now, $47.32, on a woman's going to take this thing.
I guess
maybe Awesome Kong.
Yeah? She'd be the favorite, because the 4 that are fighting for it that I can recall, it's, oh God, I always confuse them. I think it's Madison Rayne, and then Awesome Kong, Gail Kim, and Brooke.
Yeah. Awesome Kong's going to take this whole thing. Can you imagine the press they're going to get? First female world champion?
That would be amazing.
They need anything like that right now. They need any kind of press they can get.
Well, they have a lot of press going on right now of everybody going, huh? With the old
What
head
is
scratch?
this?
What's happening?
I would put a lot of money on old Awesome Kong
Sounds
taking
like
it. $47.32, I think I said. Yeah.
That's what's in the bank account right now?
Yeah. I can check. Yeah.
Sinn had talked about his shows coming up, of course. I want to hear a little bit about this horror movie that I got going on.
Yeah. We so it's called. I want to hear how you pronounce it again. Sluagh. Yes,
Spell it.
Sluagh.
Okay.
Yes. Okay. So
Sluagh.
yeah, it's a horror movie. It's about these. So in Irish and Scottish folklore, there's these creatures called the Sluagh, and they're these entities, and they're just like, it's a folklore over there that's really popular, but it's never been seen before in American cinema. So we are going to be the first people that are going to introduce it.
Is Seamus a Sluagh?
I don't think so, but maybe.
Okay.
I guarantee Seamus knows what that is.
Do you think so?
Yeah.
If we were to talk to Seamus, and Seamus is like, I know what a Sluagh is.
Yeah, probably.
What is the equivalent in America?
Of what a Sluagh is?
Yeah. Is that like the boogeyman?
I would say so. I would say that's their boogeyman, like story that is told to children, I would say.
Okay. So we need to see Boogeyman versus Sheamus WrestleMania weekend at Freak Show Wrestling.
Boogeyman versus Sheamus.
So
sure.
Boogeyman versus Sluagh.
Boogeyman versus the Sluagh. I like it.
Sheamus is a Sluagh. So if you see Sheamus, call him a Sluagh.
Yeah. So if you go to Sluagh the movie, it's SLUAGH themovie.com. You can find out all the details on our feature film, and you can donate too, because we're not asking for a lot. We're already shooting this thing, so anything that you do donate, it helps us make it better. Like, we want to blow up some things and make things look a little bit more fancy, to put it easily.
Money makes things better, guys.
Money does make things better. So we only asked for $20,000, and we're doing really good.
Per person.
$20,000 per donation. That's the only option of donation. No. You can donate $1, $5, and seriously, any donation helps. And there's perks. Like, one of the perks that is super interesting is you can help write the death of one of the characters in the feature film. Which
amazing.
Yeah, that's kind of cool, I think.
That's very cool.
I would want to do that if I could.
You have $42
but I don't have enough money, so. But yeah, SluaghTheMovie.com is the website.
Cool.
Yeah.
That's all. Like, see, you're doing your thing. Dale's over in France. Johnny's doing his thing, and Chuck is down in Houston, and he's talking with Andrew Lockhart from Reality of Wrestling, Booker T's promotion. The Lockhart brothers are not getting along. They're
heard.
Yeah, they're broken up. Chuck and Johnny are siding with their.
That's
their
not going to help
Lockhart.
things.
It's not. And Chuck is with Andrew Lockhart, and he sent us a little soundbite of them chatting down in Texas. So let's throw to Chuck with Andrew Lockhart right now.
All right, guys. This is Chuck checking in with you all from the great state of Texas, where I just got through watching another fantastic Reality of Wrestling show. And of course, you know I'm here with my teammate, Andrew Lockhart. Team Andrew, what's up, buddy?
Team Andrew all the way, Team White Rice all the way. I'm going to start this off. I'm in a good mood. I won my match tonight.
Hell of a match, by the way.
Thank you very much. I dedicated that match to you.
Oh, shit, really?
Yeah, so I say dedicate that, and I also say donate because you see the pants I got on?
I see those Zubas.
Explain to the fans how the Zubas look.
I mean, I'm jealous. They're just awesome looking.
These dirt orange Zubas?
These orange Zubas.
I don't have Zubas for you yet, but I do have this genuine plastic cup.
Oh my gosh, you guys! I got a Zuba cup. Johnny, what do you got? Where are you, Team Eric? I don't see Team Eric already. I didn't see Johnny down here representing Team Eric. Did you?
I did not know.
And you know what else I saw tonight, Andrew?
What'd you see?
I saw Team Eric lose.
You did see Team Eric lose.
Andrew. Team Andrew won, but you know what? I think Eric might have lost because of Team Andrew.
All right, and whatever.
Whatever the reason was, it happened.
It happens, but you know I'm a fan of you because you're a fan of me. I'm a fan of the show. So I got you this gift, but I also got this gift for everybody back in LA, everybody part of the Slamcast. Andrew Lockhart wrote a poem.
Oh, shit.
That? Should I do it like Lanny Poffo?
You should do it. Break it down for me.
About that. He has a deep voice. All right, here goes nothing. It's time for a Slamcast. Let's have some fun. You can download from iTunes or Podcast One. You can hear plenty of sound bites from Johnny LaQuasto. You can hear Chuck complain about Sheamus and his love for the Astros. Filled with Scott Narver's humor that will not fail, and hailing from DC, we have The Walking Dale. It's an entertaining show, that's all I'm trying to say, because I, Andrew Lockhart, am a wrestling compadre.
Oh shit, now if Johnny was sitting right here, you know what would happen right now? You'd get the soundbite of people clapping.
I would.
You'd get the soundbite of the people cheering you on, my man.
Well, that's fantastic, man.
Dude, let me ask you a question.
It's a quick one, sure.
When the hell are you going to come into studio in LA and join us live and in living color?
When's my flight booked?
Hey, we need to get Spanky to put you on a show or something.
Heck yeah.
Right?
That'd be great. Yeah, I'm a big Kendrick fan.
Well, listen, guys. You knew I had to check in with you from Reality of Wrestling. You knew Team Andrew was going to be on the show. Mm-hmm. You know Team Eric isn't going to be on it till Johnny decides to bring him on. As much as look.
Breckenmeyer.
I got love for your brother. You know, we're boys and stuff. But you know, I'm Team Andrew. Mm-hmm. And I'm not bringing Team Eric on. That's up to Johnny. He knows that. Me and Eric have talked about it. He knows where my loyalties lie.
You're my dedicated partner. I don't know about that partnership over there.
Yeah, I don't know what's up with that. Like, what's up, Johnny? What's up, Eric? Where y'all at?
I don't know, man.
And on that note,
Team Andrew, Team White Rice,
all the way, baby.
Now they know.
And as Booker always says, and we're out.
And we're out. All right.
Wow. There you have it. Wow, Andrew Lockhart has beyond impressed me.
Yeah, he said something about your comedy never failing.
Never failing.
Never fails.
I don't think you've said that before in some of our meetings.
No, I'm not gonna. I'm not gonna say it.
Well, that was sweet. Hey, he put Lanny Poffo to shame.
Mm-hmm.
That was more Lanny Poffo than Lanny Poffo. I love that poem.
I did. I thought it was good.
I hope. I just
never want to hear it again.
I hope Andrew does come in studio in Los Angeles and does that poem for all the listeners again. I think we have so many cameras in here that could be performed.
Yeah.
You know, and then throw out a couple frisbees.
That would be cool.
Throw out a couple frisbees to all the listeners.
Mm-hmm. There's some controversy going on with you right now. Do you want to bring this up, or?
Well, we can't. We're about to close out the show here. But yes, I shared a little something with Shane beforehand. Curtain Jerks comedy wrestling podcast that I do. Someone is not happy with us. Someone took personal offense and found it very disrespectful of what we do.
one of the characters.
That's right. I mean, you've been on the show. You know
I've been on the show. I've done some characters.
You know it's comedians.
It's
and
all
you're making it funny and fun, and it's
Listen, wrestling is a goofy thing, and you're just having fun with it.
That's right.
But deep down in the bottom of it, you guys love wrestling, and you respect the shit out of it.
Absolutely. Otherwise, we wouldn't talk about it every week.
Exactly.
Like we do on this show and on that show. This past week, one of our segments, a wrestler had heard it, and they are not happy.
All right.
They are not happy. We're going to address it this week.
You know what Eric Bischoff always said? Back in black.
No, he said that other thing that he sold his book on.
Oh, too sweet.
No, he said the controversy creates cash.
Oh, well, that would work for this.
We need, cash. Please get some cash to that podcast. Well, we're going to be talking about it this week on Curtain Jerks as well.
I am looking forward to that.
I'll go ahead and do it. You can follow me at Curtain Jerks on Twitter, and then Curtain Jerks Comedy Wrestling Podcast available on iTunes and SoundCloud and ComedyPodcastNetwork.com. You can go back in the archives and listen to guests. We've had Stone Cold Steve Austin on the show. We've had Booker T on the show. We've had Pete Gass recently of the Mean Street Posse. That one's an epic. I'm so happy with that one. And then if you want to go back and to last week's episode and listen to what it might have been, this week we'll talk all about it. We're not going to bury that person or say mean things about him, but it's a him, so that knocks down some of the wrestling population. But it happened. Someone's not happy with us. Someone that doesn't have a sense of humor, I think is fair to say. That's about as it's about as upsetting as
absolutely.
It gets. Shane, people, where can they reach you? What's going on?
ShaneHartline.com for everything that is me, and if you want to help support our movie, that's Sluagh the movie, SLUAGH themovie.com, and that's it. Help us make our movie even better than it's already going to be.
It's a great cause, helping artists support artists, make
artists
art
support
happen.
artists, man.
Yeah.
Tell me about your projects too. I want to know.
Yeah, put it out there and helping someone fund something. It's such a beautiful time to be able to do that. And also youtube.com/onyourmarkshow. New weekly videos each and every week. This last week, Marky Extreme.
I still got to check this channel out.
If you subscribe, then all the videos come right to your YouTube door.
That's how YouTube works?
Nigel McGuinness and Willie Mack were in the last video featured.
Wow.
Jason Horton of Internet fame has been on the last couple of videos featured. There's a new weekly video each week for a while here. I know season 2 is in the works. I hear all these things. It's all in the
Dean Malenko.
Dean Malenko puts them in there. So check that out as well. C-Rice17 is Chuck on Twitter. Go check him out. He's going to be watching the Astros game, so you can razz him if you're not an Astros fan. And if you are a fan, ask him what an Astro is. Johnny's, of course, doing his tour. Jay Costo on Twitter. And Dale Rutledge is also, he's traveling. And catch him up on wrestling, everybody. He's at The Walking Dale on Twitter. Wrestling Compadres Slamcast. YouTube. Podcast One, AfterBuzz TV. Give us those rating reviews. Find us on Facebook and Twitter. And guys, hope you have a great week of wrestling. I'm Scott Narver, Shane Hartline, saying have a great week, everybody. See you guys. Thank you.
Wrestling wanna be your buddy.
Hey, buddy. Buddy.